All right, part 2 of our simple stacked bow making process is the spikes. We're going to be working with spikes today. It's not my favorite part of the bow making process because it is the most time consuming. You have to trim and you have to seal and you have to tug and you have to sew. It's just a lot going on with the spikes. But they do make your bows look pretty. So we're going to be working on those today. And I do have a list of supplies that I'm working with today. You will need your sharp scissors. You want to make sure you have sharp scissors when you're trimming your ribbon. Definitely don't let your family use your scissors to open their popsicles like mine has done in the past. But we're not going to discuss that right now. I've also got my lighter because you're going to need to heat seal. I've got thread, and again I use an upholstery thread. It's a really thick thread and you can tug and you can pull and it just doesn't break like a normal thread. Alright, and of course I've got my needle, and again I use a longer, thicker needle to go through all of the ribbon. You'll need a thick needle with a thick thread, and if you have it you can get your thimble out, but you know what? I just wing that part because I don't have one. Alright, I've also got several alligator pinch clips, and these will help you hold your spikes together when you go to spray them. So these are great little hands. You need extra hands. And of course you will need a ribbon. And for spikes I like to use 7/8 inch ribbon. You can use a bigger or a smaller width. It's totally up to you. I just prefer a 7/8 inch ribbon. And of course I do have my glue gun over here, and I am working with the fine tip. The fine tip is best for what we're going to be doing today, but if you don't have it, that's okay. Alright, I think that is all. Oh, and you might want to grab your little pin with the little ball right here to, this is also going to be like an extra hand for us right there. Alright, let's go ahead and get started on the spikes. First, you need to determine which ribbons you're going to use. Now we need to trim these ribbon pieces. To determine how long you want your ribbon to be, I like to figure out how wide my top bow, this one right here, is going to be. And then I like my spikes to hang off at least 1/2 inch outside of this top bow. So if this measures 4.5 inches, I want my spikes to measure 5 inches. So I would trim them into 5.5 inch pieces, and then once I trim and heat seal, they will be like 1/2 inch outside of the topper bow. I hope that makes sense. I don't like them to be too long because then they just flop and they hang over. And if you do them too short, of course you can't see them. And what's the purpose of going through all that trouble if you can't see your spikes? So we are going to trim these pieces. I have trimmed each one into 6 inches in length, because I want them to be about 5 inches when I get done trimming and sealing. Alright, so as you can see, I've got an assortment of red, and I just pair them up. Let's see, how many do I have? I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces. Yes, that is an odd number. But one of these is going to go in the center of the bow. So we'll have pairs. Everything will be paired, but that one piece in the center. So I'll just get pairs of everything and then the one in the center. Now let me show you one that I did not do enough pieces. Alright, this is, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 pieces. And you see there's still gaps right here. Alright, so I'm going to redo this one and do it with 11. It'll be more full and rounded. Alright, so that's what I did with that one. And you can see this. So you just want your spikes to make like a circle of spikes. All right, so here's one that I did for a purple. See, they're all paired, one on each side, these in the middle, and then right here in the center. All right, so there's some purple ones. And then these I did the other day, and I'm not quite sure why I didn't finish the bow, but there's that one. You can see there's no gaps. It's just a circle. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Like I said, I've already trimmed my ribbons, and now we're going to put them together and fan them out so we can get a circle, and then we will put it together. All right, this is going to okay, so you can go ahead and trim your ribbon and heat seal all these pieces before you put everything together and fan it out, or you can get everything fanned out and situated and then start your trimming and sealing process. That is totally up to you. I like to trim and seal at the end once everything is put together. I'm going to take my little push pin and I'm going to start layering my ribbons on top of each other. And again, it's whatever placement you want. Yeah, so you just do a pair at a time. You want to line up both pieces of ribbon together, make sure it's even, and then we're just going to fold them in half, crease it right there in the middle, and then we're going to take the little pin and we're going to insert it in the middle. And again, this pin is just going to help, you know, it's just going to help everything stay together until you get ready to actually crease and form the spikes. All right, so 2, 2, 2, 2, and then we're going to do the one on the very top. Okay, now our spikes are together. See the little pin. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to start fanning everything out. We want to start at the bottom, and I just form an X, see, with the bottom two pieces, one to the left, one to the right, and do that with every piece. And don't worry about them being you know, straight or together. We're just fanning everything out. We will keep doing this until we are all the way at the top, to the left, to the right, to the left. All right, and then this one is going to go right there in the middle. All right, and of course, you know, it doesn't look like our perfect circle right now. Don't worry, we're going to work with that. All right, now that everything is on either the left or the right side, now we're going to start piecing this bad boy together. And you're just going to go up here and you're going to work with your ribbon pieces. And I like to just barely overlap the pieces. And you don't want them on top of each other, but you just want them barely touching edge to edge. See what I did right there? Again, you don't want too much over here, but you don't want them out here where you got gaps. You want them edge to edge, edge to edge. And you want to do that over on this side as well. So edge to edge. And you want to make sure that everything is uniform. If you've got like a dot with a crown and a red over here, you want a dot, a crown, and a red plain over here. All right, so go ahead and fan everything out how you want it to look. Remember, edge to edge. And this little guy's going to go in the center. Don't worry about him right yet. All right, go down to the bottom and just fan everything out because we want a circle. So just touch edge to edge, edge to edge. And don't worry if, you know, something looks uneven. We're going to trim everything up. All right. So it is starting to look like a circle. All right. Stay. All right. So this is what you're going for. You want a circle. You don't want gaps. You want everything just barely touching. All right. There we go. Okay, once we have everything situated, at least for now, I am going to press down, be very careful. I'm going to come underneath my spikes and I'm going to bring it up. I've still got the little pin in the middle, but I'm going to take my needle and thread and I'm going to sew just a few stitches in the middle. And I'm going to take that out now. Like I said, just a few in the middle to hold everything together, so we won't have to use that pin. All right, so I just go in and out about 4, 5, 6 times, just right there in the center. And like I said, it would be great if you had a little thimble, because it does get difficult with the thicker ribbons. All right, let me do this a couple more times so I don't have to worry about anything coming apart. And I should not have clipped my needle and thread off yet, so I went ahead and rethreaded the needle again because we have to crease this bad boy. All right, so like I said, just putting those stitches in the middle, you can take out your little pin and it just helps. All right, so if anything shifted, go ahead and give it a tug and get it back to where you want it. Remember, we want it to look like a circle, and I think that's about where I had it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and tie this off in the middle. Just pick it back up, be careful, and we are going to come to the middle right there, and I'm just going to fold it in half and see how my crowns, they kind of line up. I don't know if you could see because my finger's in the way. All right, so you just pinch it together in the middle and we are going to sew. Let me show you. All right, see, I just pinched it in the middle and everything kind of folded up. Kind of looks like a pom-pom now. All right, so I'm going to take my needle and thread and I'm just going to go right here in the back, in the center, and this is going to be hard. Just poke it through. There we go. Come on out. All right, so there it is. in the center, and I'm going to come at the top and bring it down through the middle. See, your middle. And we're going to bring it back around the back. Now here's what it looks like. All right, now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to press down. I'm going to press the center and I'm going to pull my needle and thread. I'm going to hold everything down and I'm going to pull my needle with my thread, and it's going to cinch everything up. But you want to hold tight. All right, here we go. You don't have to cinch it too tight. We're going to bring everything together. And then I'm going to take that thread and I'm going to go back around and wrap it one more time before tying it off. Alright, and you can pull it tight now. I hope that made sense. We're going to do another one in just a moment. Alright, so I'm going to just come back here and push it through the rest of the thread. And then we'll tie it off. Alright, now we can take it off. I'm just going to tie this together. Alright, after we tied it together in the middle, don't worry if some of these ribbons shifted. That is normal. We're still working to get that perfect round shape. Now you will notice that some of your ends are not even. So what I like to do is I just like to go around and trim everything up so they are even. Looks like those are good. All right. Now comes the time-consuming part. We are going to go and trim everything and seal it. So I'm just going to go around to each side. I'm folding in half the ribbon, and we're just going to do a slight V cut. Seal. And some ribbon is difficult to work with if it's got like a print, so be careful not to use your lighter too much or it will just look wonky. Alright, so go around and trim up every end and then we will be we'll be one step closer to the finish line. Alright, everything is trimmed up. As you can see, we have little ribbon pieces everywhere, and if you are a bow maker or if you're new to bow making, be prepared to find these little pieces of ribbon everywhere. Everywhere. I'm not even kidding. I found a little piece of ribbon in my water cup one day, but you'll find these everywhere. Alright. So everything is trimmed. Now we are going to glue our loops together. Just slightly, not too much glue. All right, here's where you're going to be using your alligator clips. If you need them, we are going to have to, again, line everything up. Remember, edge to edge. Fan everything out. Make sure it's all even. And as you get them fanned out, you can use your clips and just clip the two pieces together, just like that. See, whoop, 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 like that. All right. So I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna fan everything out. Get in there. and then we'll glue it together. Okay, now we're going to take our glue gun and we're going to come around and we're going to glue these ribbon pieces together. We're just going to use just a teeny tiny bit of glue. You don't want anything too bulky, but you want to come up under your ribbon, and again, you want your edges to meet. You'll just add just a little bit of glue right here underneath to the top of the spike, just a little bit, and then press down, and then it will stay. And you want to do that all the way around these spikes right here at the corner. Remember, edge to edge, press down, and they will stay. Don't worry about your glue strings yet. We'll take care of that in just a moment. All right, but lift, glue, and then press down, but make sure you're lining those edges up, and just do that all the way around. Okay, we're almost finished, thank goodness. Here are the spikes. I need a little pull there. All right, so if you have glue strings, take your lighter and just go around, give them a little heat, and they will go away. All right, so here's the spikes. Here's what the back looks like. Got a little glue, but that's okay. A little icky glue. All right, now last step. Put that down there. You're going to spray your spikes good and stiff with our Stiff and Quick. Love this stuff. Now, just take it. You want some foil or wax paper or whatever. Spray, spray, spray. Turn it over and spray the back. Let me wipe that excess. All right. Let me go ahead and give it another little spray. All right. Now, if you see something that needs to be fixed, like these right here are kind of sticking together, just take your clips and clip them while they are drying. I don't know why that's shifted like that. All right, there is the spikes. Now what I like to do is take something heavy, whether it be like an old book. Of course, you'll want it, whatever it is you want to use, you want to make sure it's, you know, something that you're not partial to, because it'll get sticky. And what I like to do is I turn my spikes over and I will press something down on top. This is just a canvas. But you can take a book or something heavy and press down on top while they are drying, and then when they dry, and you flip them over, they will be flat. That's just what I like to do. You can do what you would like to do, but that's what I would like to do. All right, we're gonna make one more set of spikes, just because, and I'm gonna try not to talk as much during the process of those. So stay tuned. All right, but that's all it is to making spikes. Like I said, you could put your glue down, spread them out, clip them, whatever you need to do to help you get that perfect round look. Okay, we have red spikes and purple spikes. Now we need pink spikes for our pink bow. So step one, and again, I'm going to try to work more and talk less. So if you need additional detail, just, I guess, rewind and watch the first half of this. All right, but step one, we are going to figure out which ribbon we are using, which I have 3 different prints. Now we're just going to trim them up. "11 pieces of ribbon measuring 6 inches in length. Push pin. Remember, 2 by 2, fold in half, find the center, and there you go. Now it's time to fan everything out. Now you want to get everything good and straight, edge to edge. Now we are ready to crease the center. You'll need thread and needle. But first, we are going to add a few stitches in the center. Be careful, pick everything up, pressing down in the middle. You can now remove your pin, insert your needle directly in the center. And go in and out 5 to 6 times. Now go over and adjust everything again, making sure everything is straight. You can tug and pull. Now we're going to pick it up. We're going to fold. Just like that. Now we're going to take our needle and we're going to come right here in the center again. And we're going to bring that needle through. Now, we're going to come right here at the bottom middle, too. We're going to bring that needle and thread right through the center and around the middle, and then back down through those top 2 spikes. Wrap it around. Alright, now it's just loose. Take your hand, hold everything flat together, press down really hard, take your needle and pull that thread, and it's going to cinch the middle. Now we're just going to wrap a few more times. Don't poke yourself with the needle like I just did. Alright, take it and wrap it a few more times, and then we'll tie it off in the back. I have to flip it over, no worries, it's not going to be even. This is the part where we take our scissors and we trim and then we heat seal every piece of ribbon. Okay, and once it has rained ribbon pieces, you know you are finished trimming and sealing. Alright, once that part is finished, now we are going to, again, come up here, fan the ribbon pieces, and if you need your clips, clip, and then we will glue everything together, and then we will be finished. Oops, I forgot one. Oh, how did I do that? I did. Alright, let's remedy that situation. Seal that thing. Now we'll go around and clip everything together and then glue it, and we will be finished. Hallelujah, praise the Lord. Alright, spikes are finished. Take your glue gun, get all the pesky glue that's hanging around, turn it over on the back, get the glue, and get off glue. Now we are ready to spray them flat. Alright guys, that's going to wrap up part 2 of the simple stacked boutique bow. If you are moving on to part 3, please see the next video. If not, have fun making your spikes.